Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. 2 days away from the main test, the final test of this World Test Championship 2021 to 2023. Oh my God, there was COVID times, man. I completely forgot were COVID times and England ka bhi match postponed ho gaya tha. But oh my God, it's getting closer. And every other article that I'm reading, it's more stressful at what is this 11 going to be for India specifically. KS Bharat or Ishan Kishan, two spinners, three fast bowlers, four fast bowlers, one spinner. What is the combination going to be? We saw yesterday Rohit Sharma and Pat Cummins had a good brief discussion with Harsha Bogle in terms of mentality, conditions, and you had the last May spinners New Zealand ke taraf se Ross Taylor and Ian Bell from England sides, obviously giving us a little bit more understanding of what they could expect in the English conditions. Ross Taylor, because we know Kane Williamson unfortunately is still injured, that injury sustained in the IPL, and hopefully gets recovered quickly for the World Cup 2023. But that's still far away, 2 days away. WTC, do you have your 11 fixed for India yet?
It's not fixed, man. There's too many doubts I still have. Keeper कौन खेलेगा अभी तक समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Are you going to go with the extra spinner or the extra fast bowler? If you're going with the
Yeah.
extra fast bowler, वो कौन रहेगा? It looks like Umesh Yadav might be that fourth bowler. I thought it'd be a nut cut. So yeah, no, I don't know what the fixed 11 is. People have their 11s. Even in those, Irfan Pathan today on social media put his 11. उसमें भी he put Ashwin slash Thakur. So he's also like not 100%, and rightly so. It is confusing, and that is what is making me feel that Australia are slight favorites, not because of conditions and stuff, because it is sunny in London right now. Yeah, thoda sa halka sa thand to hai, but it is sunny, and the oval we know is a good batting surface with a bit of bounce. I'm not too worried about the conditions. What I'm worried about is the personnel in the team, and Australia just look a bit more solid despite Hazelwood not being there and stuff.
Now, there's two ways to look at this. How is the best way to prepare for this kind of a match? One is up break leke aa jao, what Australia did. Most of their players at least did. They weren't playing, competitive cricket. Or do you play competitive active cricket in like the likes of Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma? Or do you take this break? Now, those are two ways that we can look at it. Okay, why this could also work actually in one way that psychologically they are in match game momentum, but the break is also going to do good for your muscles and relaxation, kind of a recovery kind of a thing.
I think if you're a fast bowler, a break is necessary. I think शमी एंड सिराज थोड़ा सा सफर करेंगे उन लोग, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा. बट बैट्समैन तो खेल रहे ऑस्ट्रेलिया के, काउंटी खेल रहे थे लबुशेन,
Yeah,
स्मिथ, इन लोग. तो आई डोंट थिंक दे स्टिल इन रिदम एंड एवरीथिंग. या फ्यू प्लेयर्स आर प्रॉब्ली लंबा ब्रेक पे थे, बट इन जनरल आई थिंक playing a high intensity IPL every day, you're traveling this and that, it is more
totally.
of a
Yeah.
disadvantage compared to like taking some rest and playing some county games. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just getting more and more curious. The weather is set to be 3 days sunny, then fourth day you could expect some showers. वो तो लिखा हुआ है कि भाई बारिश हो सकती fourth day. That's why they have a reserve day. और आपको मालूम reserve day पे क्या हुआ था last WTC पे, 138 पे 5 fast bowlers लेके चले गए थे न्यूजीलैंड और घुस गए थे अंदर पूरे Wagner and Southey, and I forgot who the last one was. But then we ultimately lost the match. So I don't know. ये combination तो सर खुजा ले रहा. Ishan Kishan batted 2 sessions on Sunday, did keep 1 session, and KL Bharat was the opposite. Now, do you see them actually going with Ishan Kishan and KL Bharat both?
No, I see them going with Ishan Kishan. मेरा पूरा perspective change हो गया like 4 महीने में. Like
Yeah,
it's and it looks more and more likely that Ishan Kishan will play because of the batting, because it's a bit different. If you saw also that video of us, you must have seen it. You always send it to me. उन्हें जो nets पे batting कर रहा था,
हाँ,
there was a balance. उन्हें दो तीन like defend करा, फिर उसके बाद thought he started hitting. So I think they want that kind of batting as well.
hmm.
The problem is the keeping. Look, KS Bharat also has only played one India game, a game in England. Otherwise, he doesn't have that much experience in England as well. So, if you're going to go with that keeping kind of thing, then you take the risk, take Ishan Kishan, and hope that he bats and scores some runs. And yeah, you have to take that gamble. But it's a gamble, man. Like Ishan Kishan will be a gamble.
I mean, either ways you could say. I mean, I won't say गालियां कहते बोलूं मैं. I was going to say like risk तो रहेगा भाई KS भरत के साथ भी आप जाओ, because he's not that experienced. अब वो ड्यूक्स बॉल का जो बोल रहा है, जहां भी मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ ड्यूक्स बॉल बोलते wobbles and it moves, wobbles, and like I don't know how we can
We'll
How
do
they
a
going to
short
fit
on
in?
that, the Duke's ball. It's a pronounced seam.
मेरे पास रेडी है भाई. ड्यूक्स तो नहीं
वो Duke's का है.
है. ड्यूक्स तो नहीं है भाई. ड्यूक्स तो नहीं है. बट ये वही बोल रहा है. अभी इतना मूड में आ गया खेलने के लिए, तो मैं लाइक व्हाट वी ऑलवेज डू, दीवार पे बॉल मारो पकड़ो, वो कर रहा था मैं तो.
तो
कितने
उसका
घंटा करा.
उसका सीम जो होता है प्रोनाउंस सीम होता है, एंड देन दैट अलाउज इट टू स्विंग मोर इवन आफ्टर 15-16 ओवर्स. कुकाबोरा और एसजी का क्या होता है, सीम थोड़ा सा वो हो जाता है, एंड द शाइन आल्सो कम्स ऑफ एंड यू कांट स्विंग इट एज मच. सो दैट इज द डिफरेंस. द ड्यूक बॉल कीप्स स्विंगिंग इवन आफ्टर द 15-16th ओवर, बट इट्स कंफर्म्ड, राइट? दे गोना प्ले विद द ड्यूक्स बॉल बिकॉज़ देयर वाज
Yeah, it's confirmed. Dukes Ball, because Kookaburra, like it was written, white Kookaburra said they have to move on to the red Dukes, and they're not going to be changing the ball anymore. It's going to be red Dukes. That's confirmed for sure. Abhi, Don and Chirag bhai dono bore pitch is looking green and solid as an Australian track could get. I think that's why Pat Cummins ke मुंह में ज्यादा पानी आ रहा था throughout yesterday's session. हार्षा भोगले के साथ उन्हें वही बोला था, it's favorable to home, it's favorable to home. I don't know, man. क्या होने वाला. पिच देखी अभी बीसीसीआई ने प्लेऑफ के सारे पेड़ यहीं लगा दिए शायद. ओ डॉट बॉल का बोल रहे हैं उन्होंने, जो भी डॉट बॉल से
ये कमेंट दे था, मगर वो काट देंगे ग्रास को आजकल में, कल काट
हाँ,
देते. आई डोंट थिंक उतना ग्रास रहने वाला.
काट तो देंगे, बस आदत जल्दी लगना. एंड आई थिंक रोहित शर्मा एक बहुत जबरदस्त चीज बोला, दैट
रोहित शर्मा जबरदस्ती है भाई.
उन्हें ही लाइक
Legend.
उन्हें हर्षा भोगले इतना बड़ा सवाल पूछा ने बोला, देखो मेंटालिटी के ऊपर है आपको. अगर आप अपने आप को बैक करो, यू सकम द प्रेशर, एंड अपने आप को जहां पे आपको लग रहा है कि आप मार सकते हैं, आप मारो. इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेल्फ बिलीफ रखना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर द बैट्समैन. एंड दैट्स हाउ आई गॉट majority of my runs. I've seen a lot of people bat at the oval, but he said the same thing, that mentality बहुत important है to keep your patience. And as soon as you feel के gutsy feeling आती है कि भाई मार सकता हूँ मैं अब ये लोगों को, जब मैं मारना शुरू करता, वरना उससे पहले मैं रिस्क नहीं लेता. सो आई थिंक इट्स अ मेंटल गेम. ऑब्वियसली टेस्ट क्रिकेट तो वही 90 ओवर्स आप खड़े रहना. मेरे को मिचेल स्टार का फर्स्ट ओवर से तो बहुत डर लग रहा है यार. लाइक आई एम सीइंग अ स्नेक इन अ ड्रॉप, लाइक अ ड्रॉप इन द स्लिप.
या वो तो है, अगेंस्ट स्पेशली अगेंस्ट रोहित शर्मा लेफ्ट आर्म एंगल, वो तो होने वाला है. लाइक देयर इज चांसेस ऑफ दैट. But yeah, man, yeah, Manchester is blue already predicted. London is going to be blue as well, huh? First gonna take over, man. Huh? We're gonna take over London, bro. Yeah. How good is this hoodie Rohit Sharma look? Man, what am I saying, bro? I've been saying this for the last 1 week about this
Yeah,
hoodie.
yeah.
Huh?
I actually put it in our short because you were speaking so much about it. I put it in Virat Kohli's short that वो hoodie होना ही चाहिए भाई को. But yeah, overall उन लोगों का gear तो जबरदस्त है, but fresh gear वो I hope that comes in some kind of a luck. I think breaking news: Ishan Kishan will play as on 7th. I mean, that's what we're discussing. I think Ravi Shastri also said importantly one thing, that he said 4 seamers. I'm backing Ishan Kishan to play, but if they're going with 3 and 2, then I'm going to go with KL Bharat. Now, I don't know why. Maybe is it because of the stumping issue that Ishan Kishan has? I guess close up to the batsman, he has a little bit of an issue. We've seen him drop multiple times, situations where stumping is situation particularly. So maybe that's why I was saying that. But I don't expect it to turn even that much like in England, right? He's going for Jadeja, like we saw him last time. उसको लेके गए उन्हें 15 ओवर डाला था WTC के फाइनल में. Whereas Ashwin तो भी कुछ उखाड़ ले सकता है उससे
वो लोग
situation
क्या
ही
बोल
जब
रहे हैं
कुछ
मालूम.
नहीं.
द थिंग इज, अब दिस द फर्स्ट टाइम जून में होने वाला है ओवल में मैच. ने तो हम लोग जैसे लास्ट टाइम बोले सितंबर या अगस्त में होता है. इट्स द लास्ट टेस्ट मैच ऑफ द एशेज और ऑफ इंडिया सीरीज. लास्ट टेस्ट मैच रहता है ओवल का. Now it's the first test match, so we don't exactly know what the nature of the pitch will be.
Yeah.
Normally, it's a batting wicket and it dries up day 4 5, and then it's conducive to spin. But the problem is at that time, the county matches भी होते हैं and stuff, so wear and tear तो रहेगा, right? Now there is sun. There still could be spin on offer, but we don't know how much because there's never been a game in June. I don't think there
Yeah,
has been.
first time. This is the first time in the oval is
Yeah.
open in June. That's right. Usually
So
July के second week में.
yeah,
Yeah.
so वही रहेगा. I think that's going to be the that's going
And
to
then
be
it's
the
going to
main
be a
thing.
surprise for a lot of people. Like no one actually knows how it's going to play out. So for even England people में जो बैठे हुए ना जून में
Yeah.
नहीं देखे टेस्ट मैच, तो मजा तो आने वाली है, no doubt. Like but वो first over यार स्टार्क का मेरे को तो पसीना आ जा रहा है अभी से टॉस
मैं तो ये
करके.
बात बताओ, तुम मेरे को ये बात बताओ, आप मैच अगर जीत बारह उनके 11 विकेट निकालना है, आप अश्विन और जडेजा के साथ निकालेंगे या 4 सीमर के साथ, ये कंडीशन इंग्लैंड में?
I'd go with 4 सीमर इंग्लैंड में, बिकॉज मूवमेंट एंड ऑब्वियसली ड्यूक्स का बॉल जो है जिस हिसाब से अपन बोल रहे. स्पिनर अगर वाजबी ले रहे हो बोलते अश्विन ही लूंगा, बिकॉज आई हैव सीन हिम डू मिरेकल्स इन इंग्लैंड.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ मालूम? Another thing added to that is that मेरे को थर्ड सीमर पे उतना भरोसा नहीं है, तो दैट्स व्हाई आई वांट थर्ड एंड फोर्थ टू कंबाइन फॉर द थर्ड। अब प्रॉब्लम ये आएगा कि जडेजा अश्विन को आप खिला दिए, ठीक है, इफ इफ यू हैव अ प्रॉपर थर्ड सीमर, इफ यू हैड अ बुमराह, देन यू कुड हैव adjusted and worked around them, but now because you're not sure about your third seamer, if Shardul Thakur will he bowl like to that level, or what level he's going
उमेश
to bowl
यादव,
on. Umesh Yadav also, we don't know what level they're going to bowl on. मैं बोल रहा हूँ दोनों को खिलाओ या उनादकट को खिलाओ, दो सीमर को खिलाओ, just so that third पिट गया तो चौथा है वहां पे, that's also
थिंग
another.
इज थिंग इज शार्दुल का आईपीएल होता ग्रेट नहीं क्या? चलो इंडियन कंडीशन अगेन, उन्हें कितना ऑफ कटर्स मारेगा, कितने स्विंगर्स मारेगा, उसकी लेंथ गिरेंगी ड्यूक्स के साथ, वो एक नया चैलेंज रहता है, बट ड्यूक्स हैव टू हिट अ सर्टेन level of क्या बोलते, the length on the pitch obviously, अब वो चीज़ा he's been missing in India. So अब England is another ball game with Unadkat. Yes, left hanger का angle आता है आपको, कितना swing करेंगे? I don't think उतना swing करेंगे like an इरफान पठान, जहीर खान। उमेश यादव का ये है ब्रो, उन्हें रिवर्स स्विंग करा सकता अगर आया तो, रिवर्स स्विंग का।
मगर आई डोंट थिंक रिवर्स होने वाली है बॉल, आई डोंट थिंक, बिकॉज वहां पे ग्रीन लश ग्रीन है भाई, आउटफील्ड लाइक प्रॉपर
और ये
लाइक
इंडिया भी नहीं है, फेक ग्रास बोल सकते हैं यार।
lush green outfield, the ball will be nice and shiny even if it's going to the boundary, so I don't think it'll reverse, but yeah, like but मेरा यही पॉइंट है कि भाई मैं इसलिए खिलाना चाह रहा हूँ चार फास्ट बॉलर, नॉट ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ कंडीशंस, आल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट मेरे को थर्ड सीमर पे उतना भरोसा नहीं है अभी। लाइक मैं अगर देख रहा हूँ अब
थर्ड
मैच
फोर कंबाइन होके एक प्लेयर बन रहा है टेक्निकली।
मैं इसलिए खिलाऊंगा, और एक स्पिनर बस है यार मेरे लिए, जड्डू को खिला दो अगर खिलाना है, या अश्विन को खिलाओ।
बट अश्विन वुड स्टिल कुछ ना कुछ करके विकेट लेता है यार, उन्हें वो सीन दैट हैपन इन द पास्ट। अब जड्डू का क्या है, लेके फिर उसको प्योर बैट्समैन के लिए से लेंगे फिर, या अक्षर पटेल इन दैट एस्पेक्ट,
Yeah, I mean, no, the thing is,
बैटिंग वाइज।
Jadeja would probably be your best bet. But I'll tell you, the thing with Ashwin is, we've seen him in England also, we've seen him in South Africa also. There's times where he didn't live up to the expectations overseas from thing. Of course, he's a great bowler and everything, but there are certain times. So if you're going with the one spinner, then just go with the guy who's stronger batsman. That's what I would do. But yeah, like मैं तो अश्विन ही बोला था last time, right? Because they have the left-handers and everything.
Yeah.
But now the more I look at it, maybe they'll just go with Jadeja.
क्या है, आज अपन ये बोल रहे, कल फिर पिच कट के आएगी, फिर कुछ नया। इट्स सो मच ड्रामा जस्ट टू सिलेक्ट एन 11 इन दिस होल WTC का जितना भी बिल्डअप रहा है। आई मीन द फर्स्ट डे वी वर लुकिंग एट जडेजा एंड अश्विन probably, then the second day we're looking at only Ashwin. Now we're not even confident in an Umesh Yadav and Shardul combining, so it's like कैसा करेंगे आप? I mean Umesh Yadav तो अभी भी थोड़ा injured था, I think his hamstring was the problem in the IPL. उसके बाद फिर उनटकट LSG के ट्रेनिंग कैंप में क्या हो गया था उसको, उसके बाद यू हैड शार्दुल आल्सो हु डिडंट हैव द बेस्ट ऑफ IPL। सो जैसा मतलब बोला, आई थिंक भरोसा तो नहीं है थर्ड सीमर पे। हाँ, बुमराह रहता तो सवाल ही नहीं था, तो आप स्पिनर्स को खिला लो, कुछ भी कर लो, बट या यू नीड अ आउट एंड आउट बॉलर। Four pacers in the way. Also for Australia, Josh Hazlewood is out, for people who don't know, because he's suffering from that injury that he had. RCB के बहुत लोग उसको ट्रोल कर रहे थे कि हाँ भाई एयरपोर्ट पे सा जा रहा ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एकदम सीधी पीट करके, कितने के मीम्स निकले थे उसके, बट ही इज जनरली बेचारा इज नॉकड आउट ऑफ द WTC। एंड माइकल नेसर, who's been doing wonders in the county division for Glamorgan, भाई उन्हें आ गया, और डेंजर दिख रहा मेरे को तो ये।
उन्हें तो जबरदस्त बॉलर है। हम लोग वो सीरीज भी देख रहे थे ना, साउथ अफ्रीका वाला
साउथ
या वेस्ट
अफ्रीका
इंडीज वाला, उन्हें क्या बॉलिंग करा माइकल नसर। एंड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल एक्चुअली, आई नो वन ऑफ द कपल ऑफ the cricket guys, they really back Nasser, man, since the last 2 years. बोला खिलाओ खिलाओ। Bharat Sundaresan, he is someone who's a huge fan of Nasser, and I understand why now. He could be a very lethal bowler, मगर मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा था they'll go with Boland. I think he'll be the third seamer. That's still a good option with Boland. That's the thing, right? अगर conditions are suiting him तो उन्हें फिर 6 for 6 ले सकता। अगर थोड़ा सा flat हो गया, then उन्हें थोड़ा सा, we saw in India he wasn't, at times he looked a bit dead, but I think he'll be a good option for Australia.
Yeah, Scott Boland firing in the nets, almost injured. Labuschagne, number one test batter, and was not able to. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. We have a memory of Boland in India, but remember Boland in Australia, what he was playing against South Africa, he was pretty decent. India में क्या इक्वेशन से निकल गया था, बिकॉज रैंक टर्नर था और उन्हें थोड़ा अटेंशन इशू था, उसको डीप में कैच छोड़ दे रहा था, बिकॉज ही वाज नॉट यूज्ड टू दिस कंडीशन, एंड वाज हॉट एज वेल। But मेरे हिसाब से yeah, he's also like Australia have a perfect thing in Mitchell Stark and Pat Cummins alone. They're going to kill us. But again, the thing with Indian batsmen and Indian team is they can challenge. That's the only belief that I'm having. वो एक self belief आ गया with the England tours that we had in the recent past. I think 2018 and then 2021. I think 2022 जो matches खेले अपन, I know हारे, but we at least gave a tough fight.
बिल्कुल मगर यही है लाइक बिकॉज ऑफ द कपल ऑफ ऋषभ पंत बुमराह नॉट बीइंग देयर मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस थोड़ा कम हो गया बट एटलीस्ट आई होप दैट दे फाइट देयर स्टिल सम बिग प्लेयर्स ओवर देयर यू नीड योर
Yeah.
कैप्टन टू you know be at his best you need Virat Kohli to be at his best and that's what we're hoping for Siraj and Shami also do some wonders and get Australia all out or something like that that's what we're hoping for but generally this is the first time I'm going into India final or semi final and I don't think like they're not favorites for me. I think Australia are favorites. India is going as underdogs. Just if you look at it on paper, अब लोग बोलेंगे भाई इंडिया टीम बहुत तगड़ी है ये है वो है मगर आप खाली बैलेंस देख लो I think we're not going in as favorites but if we do win it'll be crazy. That doesn't mean you can't win. You can still win the game. You can have couple of brilliant performances. Like you said, Australia might be undercooked, right? Like some of the bowlers, like Stark Cummins, haven't played that much, so they could be undercooked. तो कुछ अलग injury हो सकती है उन लोग को lack of
Hmm.
wicket से, वो भी हो सकता है, right? So you always have to have your hopes up. And the conditions right now, it's looking like it's a bit more favorable to India. ठंड है रात में, लेकिन 22, 23 sun is out, and वहाँ पे Fez, even in Canada, it's like that. Like जब 22 23 मगर धूप कड़क रहती तो it feels like
Hmm.
26 27 so it's good weather and I think it's favoring India so they have to take whatever advantage they can going into this match.
Yeah, 100%. अब वो ये है कि ग्रीन टॉप तो है एंड देन वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया से वो देख के थोड़े दिल भी लाइक हम तो घर में ही है भाई बट hopefully Shami Siraj do some damage up front. Unadkat should play because Umesh Shami Siraj can become run machines also at some time. So we need one bowler who can control line and length. This Unadkat is best at. I mean, yeah, they do have it again. But test me, I don't know how much they could become run machines. I'm not. I mean, leaking runs probably in a T20 in a one day. I agree with that statement. But Siraj, yeah, I can agree to that Siraj point because I've seen that in Bangladesh as well. He was a run machine, but not Shami that much. But yeah, Unadkat is much more consistent when it comes to just bowling wicket to wicket. I guess
JD on Nutcut. And I want to go Nutcut as well because he gives me a bit
left-hander.
more batting.
Yeah, yeah,
And yes, left-hander here, like Faisal, we don't know how much he's going to swing, but still, I think I would go with Nutcut. The domestic season that he's had in the last couple of years have been
yeah.
outstanding. And I think playing on those Indian wickets and coming here, I think it'll be like Disneyland for him. He'll enjoy bowling on these wickets.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would probably go.
Just call up Zahir Khan and take some tips. I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Zahir Khan, so, like, has done really well. And
King Bolra ki he is gonna elevate his game up.
yeah, I saw that interview. I think Jatin Sabru का interview बोल रहे चिराग भाई आज मैं देख रहा था एक interview. I don't know if that was the one you're talking about.
The one in the locker room.
Yeah, in the locker room. That
Yeah.
was I think that's the one he's talking about. So yeah, Virat Kohli looks in the zone. Rohit Sharma also he was also giving that interview that Faiz talked about with Harsha Bhogle. He's also looking in the zone. And yeah, उसमें वसीम भाई भी आ गए भाई देखे वसीम भाई भी पहुंच गए just before the Rohit Sharma thing it was Wasim Akram, Ricky Ponting and Ravi Shastri.
Ravi Shastri, yeah.
वसीम भाई भी पहुंच गए बड़ा event है. It's a one test match but everybody is coming to this event and it's going to be a big one, man. I think the more that this test championship goes on in the future, hopefully that this final becomes bigger and bigger. And I know everyone talks about neutral venue, England, Diego. I think it's the perfect venue. Like maybe Lords would have been even better, but yeah, Oval, London.
For the
Yeah.
Lords thing, it was supposed to be Lords. I was reading it was supposed to be Lords, but sponsorship है Lords का like particular लोगों से like they have a contract, which basically then they can't go and get your own sponsors
नहीं
and stuff.
मालूम लॉर्ड्स का ये भी है कि आई थिंक इंग्लैंड आइलैंड का भी मैच था इसलिए वो लॉर्ड्स का ये फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्विस बुक है. अगर तुम बोल दिया भाई मेरे को जुलाई 17 2024 मेरी शादी होना है लॉर्ड्स में बुक कर रहा हूँ पिंडा कुछ भी मैच आने दो दे वोंट मूव इट.
क्या बात है. तो हर साल लॉर्ड्स लेके बैठ जाना भाई एक साल
अगर तुम करना चाह रहे वहां पे शादी करना चाह रहे लॉर्ड्स में तुम बुक करो कोई मैच नहीं आके चेंज कर सकता अभी शादी के डेट को कुछ भी रहने दो.
नहीं 10-20 हजार बढ़ के दे दो मैं देख लेता हूँ बाद में बोलते सेटल ना करने. One spinner with Shardul and Unadkat, no Umesh. Okay, that here dream team clearly saying no Umesh Yadav. चलो बोलो London ये लो बोल दिया. It depends how much grass gets cut tomorrow. Shardul तो बॉल डाला ही नहीं IPL में. हाँ ज्यादा नहीं डाला IPL में but जितना भी डाला थोड़ा बहुत पिटा. But बैटिंग जो करा था 68 जो बनाया था वो तो याद है भाई आप सबको. चलो अब बॉलर की बात ही करें तो let's just quickly check out जो भी bowlers. See, there's only 2 bowlers from each side that I can pick. I mean, we know Nasser and Scott Boland for Australia. It's a little bit more set, but for India we have Siraj and Shami. So whatever the stats specifically in England, वही हम लोग देखने वाले हैं. So don't get too excited. There are not a lot of matches amongst these guys, but just for England's sake. we're going to go with yeah. तो ये तो आगे शामी भाई. I mean, he's had 13 matches, 38 games. The batting, that's batting runs जो है batting average 11 है, just to see कि batting depth इन्हें देता नहीं देता. But yeah, he can sort of bat in the end. थोड़े बहुत मार लेते उन्होंने. Like we saw him even in Edgbaston, he sort of hit a few fours and stuff. तो कर लेते शामी भाई batting, but bowling wise, yes, he is probably the main guy. If
इसका
I'm
bowling
going to
average इतना हाई क्यों इंग्लैंड में?
लाइक आई थिंक वही है जो अपने बोल रहे थे विनेश भाई, इसका थोड़ा लीकिंग का प्रॉब्लम होगा. एंड अगेन मैचेस बहुत कम है, आई डोंट नो अब कितना पिट गया होगा इतने मैचेस में. तो या आई मीन 38 विकेट स्टिल इज अ लॉट ऑफ विकेट्स इन 13 मैचेस. 4 for 57 is his best bowling figures. Now अब वही है क्या, for me he is the main guy to start the wicket machine basically, जो उन्हें edge कराने वाला है, करने वाला. What we saw even in an Ahmedabad pitch which is relatively dry, we've seen him get early movement in the early like 6 7 8 overs. We were seeing that happen. England में तो he doesn't need to like do a lot, उसको तो naturally swing मिल जाएंगी. तो उम्मीद तो मेरे को इससे बहुत ज्यादा है. From all the bowler, I think Shami is going to be the main guy for me.
Yeah, I think Shami, like him and Siraj both, like it's going to be very important. The thing with him is like, ye conditions mein, he's more hit the seam kind of bowler, and it could be very effective, but sometimes you need that swing as well. So maybe he can combine well with Shardul Thakur. But yeah, Shami, the experience that he has, he's played in these conditions in the last 2 3 years. So har saal England aa raha, usko malum hai kidhar pitch karna hai, kidhar nahi pitch karna hai. I think his battle against Warner will be very intriguing. If he can get the better of Warner, that will give India a very big plus. And then against Labuschagne and Smith also, him and Siraj will be looking to attacking those stumps. They'll have that leg side kind of field, leg side heavy field, and looking to get wickets. He's a wicket taker. Ab dekho, average uska high hai England mein, but the main thing is he looks to take wickets, and that could be very, very crucial in this kind of game.
Yeah, 100%. I think इन्हें तो hope दे रहा, but like again, it's just Siraj is also still there. Like for me, Siraj भी equally important, but Shami, because of the way he's a natural like at this. When you compare to Siraj, who learned it over a COVID period, he used to go alone, जाके bowling डालता था उन्हें खुद. He was वो story कर रहा था breakfast with champions में. तो ही was saying कि मैं जाके सीखा ये चीज और वेरिएशन लाया गेम में. पर अब सिराज भाई की बात कर रहे तो सिराज भाई कन भी चल जाएंगे. उनका भी फिगर जरा देख लेंगे क्या है मसला.
Mr. Mohammad Suraj.
Now the best thing about this guy मेरे लिए है कि इन्हें aggressive है, इन्हें rile up करता है. And Australians are always up for a fight. I know it could probably counter also. कभी कभी पलटा के एक स्मिथ या लैबुशेन से ज्यादा कर लिया, you know, तो उन्हें पीट भी सकता. But वही है कि भाई इन्हें he's never gonna keep quiet or step down. And then again इन स्विंगर अच्छे आ गए, उसको कटर्स आ गए थोड़े बहुत. बांग्लादेश में भी आप देखो उन्हें जब उसको कुछ मिल रहा नहीं था, उन्हें कहीं ना कहीं से लिटन दास को उंगली करके बोल्ड कर दिया था, ये कर दिया था. तो he has that factor also in him, and now he's developed a few variations which make him more dangerous. Obviously he's not the best and most accurate, but yeah, he's probably one of the better bowlers right now in our Indian team.
Yes, मैं पंटर का सवाल पूछ रहा था तो मैं जवाब मिल गया, मेरे को वही देख रहा था. Sorry, Faiz, I was just looking at the stats. So he was saying which Indian has the
best bowling figure at the Oval.
Yeah, so that answer is B.S. Chandrasekhar, 18.1 overs, 3 minutes, 38 runs, 6 wickets.
अब पंटर का अगला सवाल आएगा, वो बीएस चंद्रशेखर. तो वो तो विकिपीडिया कर लो.
It is part of the spin quartet,
Spin
right?
quartet, yeah.
My dad always talks about him. मैं तो कभी देखा.
बिशंग सिंह बेदी इन लोगों के साथ का है.
I think so, yeah. चंद्रशेखर बेबी. सॉरी, हाँ फैज. तो सिराज के बारे में भाई आप पूरा जो बोले सही बोले. लाइक थोड़ा सा वॉलेटाइल है उन्हें, बट ही इज बीन द मोस्ट इंप्रूव्ड बॉलर इन इंडियन क्रिकेट in the last 3-4 years. I think the way he stepped up, and ideally if Bumrah was there, this would have been probably one of the best attacks going on in the world right now, right? And white ball, red ball. I think red ball he was always good because the Ranji Trophy cricket that he's played on those pitches and the way he's excelled has been brilliant. But overall, the way Siraj has handled himself with maturity, I think over the last few years has been outstanding, and really looking forward to it. You need that kind of fire also. ये test match में final है, थोड़ा सा aggressive. I'm sure he'll bowl a few short deliveries to Warner and to Khwaja, roughen them up a bit. And now it's about endurance, right? उन्हें कितना वो level पे कितना accuracy के साथ डाल सकता. Can he go over the 10-15 spells, 10-15 over spells? The main thing with him and Shami will be fitness, because look,
Yeah.
in a test match kabhi bhi aap injury pick kar sakte, especially when you're coming off such a big tournament like the IPL, such a long tournament. So that is going to be the main thing. In terms of accuracy, I have no doubt this guy is outstanding, and get the ball to move. Even if there's not much in the pitch, he can exploit something. And pace
Mm.
uski achhi aa rahi hai, so I'm looking forward to the way Siraj is gonna bow.
Yeah, उन्नत को खिलाना different angle. Yeah, I mean different angle है, but again it's just how is he doing injury wise? कब से नहीं खेला यार उन्हें तो, I mean IPL के शुरुआत से ही निकल गया था. And yeah, I mean खेलने के अलावा भी maybe nets में assess कर सकते हो उसकी movement and stuff. If he's getting the ball to move and stuff, if he's able to understand the conditions, because his Ranchi was incredible and he took a very big call कि उन्हें national side के लिए जब खेल रहा था वो drop करके जाके सौराष्ट्र के लिए खेला. So I think I mean he knows his fitness and very well, but अब वही है कि कितना मूव करेगा क्या करेगा. रोहित and Virat Kohli enjoying laughing, having fun together, and actually I think it's important to just maintain like camaraderie. जो भी बोला आप एक going into such a big final, you need to be positive as well as just be light headed, right? Not stress about it. So it's good to see both of them just having a good laugh.
किधर हो इंडियन इंस्टाग्राम पे, इंडियन टीम पे?
हाँ, आई थिंक इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम, और मैं तो खैर ये मीम पेजेस फॉलो करता हूँ तो उधर से आ जाता है. कोविड इज डन यूजिंग सलाइवा should be allowed again. Acha, should be saliva be allowed again, as it is an important aspect for bowlers, or you feel still precautions should be taken? It's been like a couple of months or a year right now where we're COVID free, but I don't know kya rule hai. I just hope they don't use sandpaper, but apart from that I'm fine.
Yeah, but I don't know like how important it is. If it was really thing, then maybe the captains and bowlers can make a petition to the ICC and tell them that thing. If they're okay with the ban or whatever, then then I don't think it's a big deal. But if they're saying ki, it's affecting our bowling, we can't use saliva, then yeah, maybe they could appeal. But I don't really know like how much it's going to affect if you bring back saliva.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Everyone talk about Virat, Pujara, Gill, Smith, Labuschagne, but Khawaja, Head, and Rahane will score. But yeah, Khawaja, I mean, no one is going to get Khwaja by, because he's second in contention after Joe Root for the most runs scored in throughout the WTC. So Khawaja is not maybe Travis Head is more under the radar, I think, and
But
Rahane
that's
to
how it
abhi
always is,
Rahane to
Faisal.
abhi aaya.
आप बेचेंगे टिकट्स और एड्स और जो भी
Yeah.
based on Virat Kohli, Smith, Rohit Sharma,
Yeah.
Warner, that's how you're going to sell your tickets. Of course, then the other players, they will be under the radar. They just don't have that level of marketing value than these guys do. But 100% I agree that Rahane, Head, Khwaja have a very good chance of making runs. And I think someone also mentioned that Khwaja would be the most dangerous batsman in this, considering his form and everything, the way he is transformed. He could be a very key player. But of course, बात तो इन लोग की होंगी, right? विराट कोहली की, स्टीव स्मिथ, रोहित शर्मा, आप इनके बारे में ज्यादा बात करने वाले हैं.
बिकॉज अगर आप अगर बॉर्डर गावस्कर भी देखो तो उधर भी ना उखाड़े ने ख्वाजा ही उखाड़ा था, एंड पुजारा तो पोरिस था, गिल एक सेंचुरी मारा, विराट भाई 2 मैचेस में कुछ कर लिए थे, but it was mainly Khawaja, and then Head came in and changed a few things, and there was no Rahane, but Rohit Sharma had 100 in the first thing. So I mean, it is always going to be, you can't pick in these kind of games who's going to be, but like Mustafa said, I think marketing ये वो हमेशा Messi Ronaldo आगे रहेंगे, तो I think वैसा हिसाब है. Cam Green is such an advantage for Australia on this, which is 100%.
100%, man.
The IPL that he's in positive mindset. He's come from runs. He's now playing his a couple of games of Test cricket, but जो mindset में होगा उन्हें, अभी मैं अपने price tag को justify कर दिया. I know these conditions, and then obviously अगर more home dominant condition ले, he's not done bad in Australia against South Africa and against I don't think he played against West Indies, but against South Africa he was very good. He's gonna get a bit more bowling than usual. I think it's gonna be interesting to see Cam.
100%, Mr. Cameron Green, and you need an all-rounder, man. Especially overseas conditions, you need a fast bowling all-rounder like that. He will be perfect, man. I can chip in with 6-7 overs, pack that gully and slip cordon, and that extra bounce at the oval, I think, will definitely help Cameron Green. Again, we're talking about Khwaja and these guys. Even Cameron Green could be the highest wicket taker. We don't know, right? Like, especially considering that extra bounce. Jamieson caused a lot of problems to India in the last
height factor, yeah.
तो वो भी हो सकता है कि उन्हें आके like एक जबरदस्त spell आता which can be a match turning thing to connect
That is where
especially.
Hardik Pandya probably sitting at home and just watching the match.
And
That's the
Hardik Pandya is
difference.
not fit enough to play all three formats. That's the problem. If he was fitter, he would be ideal in these conditions.
Yep, perfect. I think for India at least, and then that tension and stress would not even be there. Australia will play four pacers: the Cummins, Stark, Boland, and Green. So speaking of Starks and Cummins, let's just go to the Australian bowling.
Mitchell Stark, man, look at that average in London, bro.
Cummins hai
Oh, sorry, they look the same, man.
ye.
Pat Cummins, yeah. Look
Yeah,
at that
Cummins.
average, bro. Oh my God,
19, man.
unbelievable, man. Bah, 19.6 to 29 wickets. Very accurate, this guy. And he's the captain leading from the front. He will be pumped up for this match. He will be attacking the Indian batsman. Yeah, this guy's an incredible bowler. He's coming off good rest, but we don't know if has got a different side to the rest, a negative aspect from of it, but which has been influenced by the Indian media. But I think this guy's going to be raring to go, man. He's going to be fully fresh.
I think he's very positive as a captain as well. I mean, a lot of people were questioning कि इसको captaincy दो या Steve Smith को captaincy दो, but उसका जो कल interview था हर्षा भोगले के साथ, actually I was pretty impressed with the way he was keeping himself and his team up. Like, हाँ भाई हम ही chastised, but like in a very humble way, but he was still not accepting like defeat or something. Like नहीं हमारे को मालूम, because हर्षा भोगले पूछा like इनला actively cricket खेल रहे पूरा IPL, हाँ भाई हम लोग को rest भी important है. And then he said as baseman, but also as an entire team. We still have like Smith, Labuschagne, and these guys. They've been playing county and stuff. And he's just saying we're raring to go. We have Scott Boland who's good. We have Michael Nesser as a replacement who's been fantastic. So I mean, उन्हें और जितना बात कर रहा आपके दिमाग में और ये आ रहा कि you can just picture Australia like dominating and stuff like that. And yeah, Cam Green, sorry, Pat Cummins, incredible bowler. Again, certain decisions that I was shocked with in the border Gavaskar, like him bowling a lot of himself. If you remember in the conditions where it was not that paceman friendly, and then he was not taking a break. Scott Boland को भी ज्यादा bowling नहीं दिया, but अपने आप को ज्यादा डिला ले रहा था. थोड़े बहुत off हो सकते उसके calls, but again then this is a final and it's a one-off match.
Yeah, and now we're just looking at the bowling figures. Just look at that, man. It's just incredible. And the
Incredible.
thing with him is, in these conditions, he looked to attack the stumps. तो एक ball बाहर जाएगा, कभी एक अंदर भी आएगा, कभी एक straight होने वाला है. So he'll be very, very effective, I think. And we've seen him a lot of times, whatever the conditions. Pat Cummins is very accurate, and he has that wicket-taking knack as well. He comes in first change at times and suddenly breaks the partnership and gets the momentum back for Australia. Again, I think it will be the main thing for him and Mitchell Stark will be endurance.
Yeah.
Can they maintain that level of intensity for the 5 days? Because we saw, if it's good batting conditions, we've seen that sometimes Indian batsmen like Pujara, Rahane, even Kohli to a certain extent can tire Australia out and then score runs. And oval is a kind of ground historically that is good for batting. So it's about agar in loko nahi mile wickets, can they come back for second, third burst, fourth burst, and get India all out and maintain that kind of level of accuracy? That's the only thing with the Australian bowlers. If you tire them out, it could be an issue. But considering they've already been rested, it's a one-off test match. You wouldn't think that they will get tired, but you don't know. Ashes B is also coming, so they have that in mind. So they probably don't want any other concerns. So let's see what happens. But yeah, if they're raring to go, Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark will be very dangerous.
Very dangerous. And yeah, speaking of and they have right left combination, man. That's what's going to be more dangerous.
Yeah, bro, that's very important as well. They're changing the angle up, and they got the pace also. Mitchell Stark. So Faiz, Mitchell Stark is 33, I think 34, right?
Yeah, 34. And a lot of people called him off saying कि इसका career खत्म हो गया, उसको बढ़िया बोलो. And then चिच्चा वापस आके साउथ अफ्रीका अगेंस्ट तो पहले मारे, उसके बाद अपने अगेंस्ट भी डिसेंटली डाल लिया. He had that index or middle finger injury, and he's 34. He's still picking up wickets like it's that easy for him.
The most
and maintaining 140.
If I'm India, the most thing I'm worried about is that his highest score is 66, and India's biggest problem is wiping out the tail. So 28 is a very good average for Mitchell Stark in England, man. As a batsman, bowling average is also good, 31.27. He's got 33 wickets in 9 matches. That's a good record. He'll fancy himself against Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, and also Stark will be very important in cleaning up the tail. I think when the wicket keeper and the bowlers come in, the Indian
Bowlers
bowlers
coming
come in,
in.
it'll be Mitchell Stark's role to clean them up, and he's very good at that. That's something that India lacks. Whether it's Shami, Siraj, Bumrah, they don't have that ability that Stark has. कि एक over में पूरा tail को साफ करो. That's also a very important role that he will play. And they're going to probably go with. Australia will probably go with three seamers plus Cameron Green, right? So he will be rotated at times, and maybe they'll bring him just for quick bursts. 5-6 over का spell आके डालो और
Yeah.
निकालो wickets.
Yeah. How important do you think will Nathan Lyon be for Australia?
I think he will be important, especially oval pay. And Nathan Lyon, you remember in the last Ashes, he bowls really well in England because again, compared to Ashwin, who's very effective in subcontinent conditions, I think Nathan Lyon ka release thoda sa over, he gets that extra bounce, right? Because over the head kind of release, so he will be very effective, I think, in English conditions. And even if you don't see him perform in this game, आगे जाके 5 Ashes tests है, उन्हें उसमें तो उसका contribution तो रहेगा ही रहेगा Nathan Lyon का 100% मेरे को तो दिख रहा.
बिल्कुल, I think, and then again long spells जो रहते हैं इन्हें तो मालूम इन्हें कितने के ओवर डाल देता continuously Nathan Lyon without a break, and I think that also is going to help them to just give fast bowlers a rest. That's what it's going to be as well. Like they'll be used like that, right? थोड़ा बहुत rest देना fast bowlers को अगर जरूरत पड़ी, and yeah, मिलना का option आप होते हैं रोपिंडा.
बहुत ऑप्शंस है उन लोग के पास. फिर कैमरन ग्रीन आपको फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी भी देता, एंड yeah, they have that option to rotate also and bowl some quick bursts from Mitchell Stark, come in and just bowl 2-3 overs and Carlo wickets.
We should thank Venkatesh Prasad to force team to play Gill, else he would have been playing his first test this year on the 7th. Yeah, 100%. वरना उसको experience ही नहीं मिलता था crucial situations में कैसा face करना.
Imran played the last WTC final also. I completely forgot about that. But he's played.
He did. He did.
He has that experience.
Everyone's talking about India's win, Australia win. I have a very hard feeling with best batting conditions, perfect sky conditions, and ground, and all batters in form. 400 each in the first innings might go to draw. Joint win. That is a possibility. Obviously, you can't ever take draw equation. It's just, I think it's based on the fact preparation time and conditions. Like I know overcast nahi hai, sunny, but again Australia इसलिए it's more home wise for them, and India sort of अगर short ball ऐसे balls नहीं खेल पाई, then problem में आ जाएंगी. So it's just how again it's marketed in the media, maybe, or how we're looking at it. Based case, India is coming from complete IPL scenario, from Australia taking a rest, most of their players playing in county. So palle wise they're just going to favor Australia, but this is also outcome that is very 100% there. But again, sustaining themselves for 90 overs each on every day, 400 maybe, but second innings you see that repeat. Abhi wo malum karna hai yaar, they ain't that much match fitness, are they ain't much.
The modern day approach first doesn't allow draws to happen because when look aggressive thorough batting karte, they take risks, the batsmen, in playing the shots, and like you said, like it's the start of the season, conditions might not allow it to go 5 days, like it might just be tricky in the start. So I don't see a draw, but of course it's always a possibility. But just considering the fact that the way the modern game is played, I don't think any team will be looking to draw this game.
Yeah, 100%. Unatkat was getting more bounce on Bangladesh spinner pitch than Siraj and Umesh Unatkat should play. Yeah, I agree with that actually. We did see Unatkat get bounce, but then unfortunately he went off, and it would be interesting. Dekhna hai, I think it's up to Chicha, Rahul Dravid to see what's the best.
But Thakur ka bhi important ho sakta because I'm relying on him to be our swing bowler, right? Like,
yeah, because he's actually more conducive to this.
Uska bhi important I'm telling you, if he plays, I fancy him getting Steve Smith's wicket because Steve Smith does get out to bowlers like these, right? Like thoda sa halka sa pace, good gentle swing, he might get out to him. So I want Shardul Thakur to play along with Unatkat. I would go with 4 seamers. That's what I would go, and I wouldn't play Umesh Yadav. That's how I would see it. But I think, that's your chance, man. Your best chance is to pack your fast bowling and allow one spinner to attack from the other end.
Shami's position is too perfect to get movement in England. Yep. So Shami and Siraj have 0-5. I mean, they played barely 18 matches or something together. So I mean, it's still there. I know you're going to compare them with Mitchell Stark and Pat Cummins, but come on. Saliva is permanently banned at the moment by ICC, and all boards are fine with it. They haven't appealed against it yet. I wish we considered how. I mean, that's what Mustafa was saying earlier, and he's by that injuries are his problem, and yeah,
उन्हें तो खिला perfect रहता था ये conditions में.
Cam Green head to head with Hardik Pandya. With the saliva, the bowlers make one side of the ball heavy, which makes them uh, to reverse it. Even Wasim Akram was talking about it that we will hardly see any reverse swing because of this rule. Acha.
Then get the saliva back. Bro, 5 matches, 29 wickets is insane. I saw a video ICC start bowling Yorker to Marnus, Tino Dande, Gulia. I saw that as well. There was a brilliant delivery. Who has better starts at the over, Ashwin, Lyon, or Jadeja? Was top of my head, I think it's Lyon, but
Line.
I don't
Yeah.
have facts to back it right now. But I think it's Lyon. Stark actual highest score is 99 against India and Mohali. Yeah, that's his overall. These stats are just for England. That's why.
England pertinent, yeah.
So that's also scary. 66 in England is a pretty good score.
उल्टा करो तो 99 हो जाएगा मस्तानी.
KL
KL
Rahul.
Rahul was injured in the last WTC final as well. Seems like he's too timid to even play a final. I'll just probably give him good time to assess his situation in life. Probably अच्छा injury आया ये time पे उसको. I mean, it could backfire as well. Remember, if KL Rahul is not here, and if none of our batsmen fired, and KL Rahul is the first thing that gets into the squad, just remember that.
Hmm. How do you rate Bolin? I haven't seen him.
Not a lot of like what basically we've not seen a lot of him, but whatever I've seen in Australia, he's
He's
been good.
incredible.
He's incredible.
In Australia, though, he's crazy. In India, it was okay. He wasn't bad, but like that's the thing. Like, I think he's a good bowler. He is a pretty decent bowler. Maybe not on Josh. He's not on Josh Hazelwood's level. I would prefer
Yeah.
Hazelwood in my team, but like I think that's a very good replacement to have, Mr. Scott Boland. I think yeah, he can do a decent job. He's very accurate as well. Disciplined guy, also focused on his
Mm.
game. No hanky pankies and. Yeah, it looks a bit intimidating also the way he runs in. So I think it's a good option to have someone like a Boland in your team.
100%. I mean, it's always going to be advantage having Poland or Nesser or someone like this to replace Josh Hazelwood, right? Like for like, thoda bahut. I mean, Hazelwood gets a little bit more movement, I think, but we saw that. But like, कुछ भी बोले ना 140, 145 easily डाल लेते यारो. Now, do you prefer if Bhuvi would have been on this tour?
Yeah, 100%. मैं तो 10 बार बोल दिया. 100%. I've said it like on every episode that I'm here. 100% I would like to have
Yeah,
this tour.
yeah. I
No
just
doubt
wanted
about
to,
that, bro.
I just
Faiz,
wanted to add. Yeah,
one player from each team to look forward to the WTC.
one player each. Rohit Sharma. I'm looking forward because it's just Rohit Sharma kind of a situation where nobody is ready, and this guy doesn't look ready, but he's going to smash it. That's Sadagra. He's had 5 centuries back to back in the World Cup here, so I'm a little bit going to go for Rohit Sharma. In Australia, it's going to be Usman Bhai. I'm going to go with Usman Khawaja. वार्नर के बारे में बहुत लोग यहाँ बोल रहे थे, टू बी फ्रैंक, लाइक वार्नर दिल्ली में डिसेंट कर लिया, बट ही इज गोइंग टू बी मोर पॉजिटिव गोइंग अहेड बिकॉज़ दिस इज द लास्ट segment of his career. He had a final in front of him, then the Ashes. These are the two most important things in the Australian cricketer's life. He's going to be wanting to prove himself, right? So I think he's going to be more dangerous than what, who was it? Ponting or someone was saying it? I don't remember, but that could be more dangerous to look at it from that angle.
I'm going to go with Pujara and Cameron Green. These are my two guys to watch out for.
Pujara and Cameron.
In the WTC final. Have you seen ICC continuing to switch? Oh my god, man. This Ibrahim Bhai goes next level.
Next year T20 World Cup and 2030 cause US infrastructure. Where are they going to switch it to? Acha, they're switching it from US because they're not
That's
infrastructure
sad,
ready.
man. We were preparing to.
अरे यार फिर इंग्लैंड आयरलैंड यार वो कितनी बार इंग्लैंड आयरलैंड
Bro,
स्कॉटलैंड
bro, England is the place, man.
yeah, but it's again rain कुछ तो भी आ जाता है. You saw that in the last World Cup, right? Like
But it turned out to be a great World Cup, didn't it?
it did. I mean
But
कद्दू
we
में
have
कर लो
any,
क्या.
we have some shorts coming up as well, right? Like
Yeah, we have some shorts coming
Rohit
up.
Sharma and like some couple more. We'll try to do a Duke's ball one as well. And then hopefully we'll get you exclusive content from England as well.
Hopefully we will.
Going to be on the field, eh? Huh?
I wish. I'm already thinking मेरा बॉल इधर ही से अपना मैदान
Packing हो गई.
हाँ
Packing हो गई.
पैकिंग अब देखना पैकिंग करना है थोड़े वो चीज़ा लेना है. ड्यूक्स बॉल लेना है जी.
Duke's ball. We get.
I had bad dreams of start bowling in swinger and getting rid of Kohli. I have bad dreams of that first over, man. I'm not lying. That first over of Mitchell's card is the most dangerous thing in the world.
I had positive dreams.
Of Rohit
Positive
Sharma.
dreams. We got fish and chips. Rohit Sharma batting and scoring some scoring a nice 100, and then Shami coming in picking up a few wickets. This could well go into day five, man. It could
Yeah,
there's a
it could.
good possibility, but this is all guessing
Or
game.
it could just end at 3 days.
Yeah.
That's also a big possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a lot of fun. I mean, Test cricket is back, man. I think we got
Yeah,
too much T20
T20.
cricket. It बहुत overload हो गया था Rose game. Now looking forward to a 5 day cricket match between two
Fresh
top
kit,
teams.
Adidas की इस्त्री मार के.
Yeah, and ये सबसे दो आपके strongest teams थे ये cycle में. They've
Yeah.
done really well, I think. Yeah, I know basketball started a bit later. Maybe they're also a very top team, England, right now. But
Next year,
um,
next to next year, नए रहने वाले.
मगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया और इंडिया लाइक अच्छी क्रिकेट खेले उन लोग ये साइकिल में. इंडिया स्टिल, आई विल बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट विद यू. I think in the last couple of that I don't know where we won those games. I think in India, but away
Bangladesh,
from home, away from home, we didn't have Australia this time around. So away from home, we were
South
not that.
Africa, South Africa 2-1 we won.
We
We
lost.
beat, we won 2-1.
We lost, bro. The Test series against South Africa, we lost 2-1. अभी जो last year हुआ था.
We blanked 2-0 against Sri Lanka.
We lost South Africa and we lost England 2-2 हुआ था. So yeah, ठीक है, like that was a decent series, but we should have won that last game. But yeah, overall, this is it, man. Like we need a trophy. I heard some fans saying कि भाई बहुत हो गया, 10 साल हो गए, एक बस हो गया process ये वो. It was a good effort. All rounder नहीं, हमको trophy होना बस. And hopefully this will be a good victory if it happens.
The thing is, like, if you win this ICC, that's not to sound too negative or something. It's like, yeah, you'll win an ICC thing, but then again, the World Cup comes, and again, that mentality has to kick in where
No,
you
that
stop
but that will
thinking.
give you the confidence, right? Because if you're
Yeah.
beating this Australian team in English conditions in a 5 day game, that's going to give you a hell of confidence. Because then you could अब क्या हो रहा था, अब ये नहीं जीते तुम जाके वर्ल्ड कप जीत गए, उन्होंने बोला भाई आप इंडियन कंडीशंस में खेले, होम पे खेले तो जीते वर्ल्ड कप. ये भी हो सकता है, उल्टा पलटा के भी
true.
बोल सकते हैं. But if you're beating Australia in these conditions over 5 days, which is very tough, then there's you're on top. You're on top in terms of confidence, in terms of status, everything. You're on top. Like it's a very difficult like challenge, I think, for India. Or ab ye jeete, that's the pinnacle. That's the main thing. Like, and for these players in particular, I think Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, for them, Test cricket is the highest. You win this game, it gives you a lot of confidence. You go into that World Cup, फिर आप अलग level का pressure रहेगा, of course, but आप अलग confidence के साथ भी खेलेंगे.
True. अब वही है कि पहले ये कर लो फिर वर्ल्ड कप
यही करना है. This is, I think,
यही
that's the
करना
thing,
है.
right? यही करना है. This is the start. It's the start of a huge year for India, and Rohit Sharma and the boys have to be ready, man. अब practice तो चल रही, तैयारी हो रही.
बस 2 ही दिन है.
There is holes in the team, but ये सब भूल के you have to give it your best. You have to give it your best.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in like saying, "अरे time नहीं था, preparation." You can't do that on this level. Like, you have your, at the end of the day, तुम ना पूरे 11 के 11 international players है. You've seen many scenarios. I know ups and downs रहते. 1920 Australia had rest, you didn't have rest. Probably a lot more experience in England conditions when you compare to this Indian side. But you can't. It comes down to on that day what you do, right? Like on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, up to Sunday, whenever this is going to be till there, वो 5 days आप कैसे खेलते हैं? जितना क्रिकेट जिंदगी में खेल, it comes down to this.
Yeah, and also one thing I was looking at is that maybe Ishan Kishan, Shardul Thakur, it could be an advantage for India that Australia haven't played them as much, and they could bring something different in a one game like that. Whereas Australia's team, you know it inside out. Okay, Scott Boland hasn't played as much, but you have played against him recently. So if you look at that Australian team, India's played all of them. There could be a couple of players of India. We say inexperienced, Bumrah rehna tha, Pant rehna tha, but maybe they could be players that take Australia by surprise. Like Ishan Kishan, if he comes in scores like 70 and 60 deliveries, it could take Australia well by surprise and put India in the driving seat. And that's something that it could happen in a game like this, because look, you do study opposition a lot, right? Like your main thing is press conference, what we're looking to improve ourselves. We're looking at our scales ये मगर आप opposition का भी planning कर रहे हैं पूरा दिन नहीं करते होंगे मगर आप planning कर रहे हैं स्मिथ को कैसा डालूं
बिल्कुल.
ये ऐसा करूं तो when Australia is sitting down and trying to plan they don't know if it's Bharat or Kishan then they're going to look at other videos and stuff like that and then same thing with Thakur Unatkat अगर Unatkat को खिलाया I don't think they played Unatkat right recently apart from maybe in IPL or something like that so if you do that it could be a surprise for them so it could work in India's advantage we don't know only time will tell bro.
टाइम विल डेफिनेटली टेल क्या होने वाला है 11 क्या रहने वाला कल फिर 11 बदल जाएगा नो डाउट कुछ तो भी बट यू हैव टू जस्ट वेट फॉर वेडनेसडे आई मीन जायसवाल बहुत जबरदस्त बैटिंग कर रहा है और नेट्स में समझ में नहीं आ रहा उसको रिजर्व रख रहे क्या कर लेकिन क्या आवाज है यार उसकी बैट की
स्पिन भी डाल रहा देखे लेग स्पिन कुछ
Yeah.
डाल रहा था विराट कोहली को एंड विराट कोहली डिड यू सी इन द नेट्स he they put that ball I think it was with the arm thing the sling they were bowling just outside of off stump or on his off stump and he was leaving the ball like 5-6 deliveries so they're
Yeah.
working on that outside of the off stump issue with Virat Kohli and it's good to see that kind of content right like that's his weakness he's trying to practice and make sure that he doesn't play at it up in a game situation he might just go and nick it we don't know right like it's a different ball game altogether but yahan pe at least he's working on that he knows that this is an issue and constantly I saw him leave the ball 4, 5, 6 times in like a 30-second video so he is trying to work on that aspect of his game
31st सेकंड देखना पड़ेगा अब इंग्लैंड 2-2 बोल रहे
31 सेकंड फिर उन्हें ऐसा एज करा और आउट हो गया
वही बोल रहा
मैंने
हूँ
मजाक करा
Steve Smith will drop edges. Hey, remember Virat Kohli is also no guy is not like a stranger to dropping catches 5 in a match. Everyone needs to be on the best, man. Everybody has to be on the best. Whichever team will win, they will, of course, to win the toss, they will choose to bowl first. Conditions dictate that. Warner will be looking to end the last field of his Test career on a high, as announced that he will retire from the cricket after the series against Pakistan, Australia last match in Australia. Yeah, 100%. And I think he would want to win Test Mace. He would want to win like Ashes. He would want to go on an all-time high. Obviously, it might not work in his favor every time, but definitely would want to go out based on again captaincy Nedi usko वापस and all those drama that followed it. But at the end of the day, it's the end of your career, and you want to go at the best version possible, and what memories you can set in the mind of the people.
बिल्कुल Davey Warner whichever team will they win choose to bowl
The toss, yeah.
I would bat first man when you're in doubt you bat first when you're doubting a lot you bat first unless it's overcast and the conditions are like dark and dingy then you
For India, I think batting first would be the better option. Very honestly, because for Australia, it's more like home conditions, so they'll settle in quicker. For
Australia
India,
will
I
bat
think.
first Australia will bat first I think 100%
Hmm.
unless the conditions dictate otherwise
Yeah,
it could be something no what are we like we're 2 days into the 2 days from the game right like
yeah, 2 days.
so tomorrow is the press हमारा boy आ रहा है
Preview.
press conference में Mr. Rohit
Yeah,
Sharma press
yeah.
and we'll get you all the anecdotes and all the word to word देखना है भाई and we will write down everything that he says hopefully and we'll tell you what he says I mean you can watch it as well but we will give our perspective of his press
Yes.
conference we love that's one thing I always love the captain's press conference and yeah Rohit Sharma's will be hopefully it'll be good Pat Cummins will also give a press conference
Hmm.
so I mean tomorrow is the big day big preview and then we will the
Move
match
on to the Wednesday at three
sometimes
o'clock.
go I'm a type of guy sometimes I enjoy the build up more than the match itself and of course we will enjoy the game but
I mean, that was probably we were for me. It was probably Pakistan, but like Karachi, but like this is England. England में जो movement है, वो पूरा game enjoy करेंगे. I mean, irrespective of whatever the result is, you get pissed off, you'll get annoyed. अरे क्या कर रहे हैं at some point, but ऐसा कैसा wicket फेंक दे रहे, ऐसा ऐसा क्या कर रहे, but cricket in England again, the vibe, the people around, it's just very good to
oh
see
you're getting me excited man
from TV only. यार, it looks so good.
you're getting me excited टीवी टीवी पे या 100% टीवी पे तो मैं वही एंजॉय करता हूँ इंग्लैंड का मैच देखना लाइक इंग्लैंड
And the commentary is always so good. Ashes 2005, Ashes 2007. We just used to watch the whole match throughout the day. I mean, literally, we used to watch the whole and you just enjoy it, like
में
commentary and everything. तो अब यहाँ पे भी commentary अच्छी रहने वाली है, hopefully. Let's see.
will England fans come to watch the match I think
Yeah,
they will
They
But
like cricket.
it depends on how many Indian fans have taken the tickets.
वो
But
भारत आर्मी तो रहेंगे वहाँ पे 100%.
वहां पे
भारत
लोग ले
आर्मी,
लिया ऑलरेडी,
ऑस्ट्रेलियंस भी.
या 6 या 7 दोनों सेक्शंस ले लिया शायद भारत आर्मी, दे पोस्टेड समथिंग, तो उन लोग तो रहेंगे, भारत आर्मी विल बी देयर इन फुल
Yes,
फोर्स.
they
I
always are
think
happy.
there might well be more English than Australian fans.
Probably. I mean, probably a lot of Australians in England, maybe also, you don't know. So let's see.
Yes, Australia will definitely bat first as Thursday and Friday. Weather forecast is showing partly cloudy, which could assist Pacers more. Partly cloudy.
Let's
Uh,
see.
yeah, weather भी उतना ही बता रहा नहीं, fast 22-23.
Yes,
अरे
20.
आगे for Donald, what's up, bro? Donald, London, baby.
Final 11 क्या है according to you?
You're right. According to me, Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Pujara, Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane, Ishan Kishan, Ravindra Jadeja, Shardul Thakur, Unadkat, Shami Siraj.
4. Let's see. At least it won't be a heart attack. I mean, it will be a heart attack. You're gonna be the first one saying ICC में तो हक देते हैं. So I'm not gonna agree with you. It is gonna be a heartbreak. It's gonna be thing. ICC आते ही हक देंगे. ICC आते हक देंगे. फिर KL राहुल को याद करेंगे. तो that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's gonna be
Even,
a heartbreak. इतने करीब आके second time I don't want to lose the match, bro.
yeah, this is a very important game. This is the most important game of our lives. We gotta be, we gotta
इतना
be
light
on
लेके
it,
पर it won't
baby.
be a heart attack. ICC tournament है भाई.
We got, bro,
Uh,
test match, like 5 days in England. What more, man? You can't, as a
just the
pure,
match. Just the match. That's all I want more.
if you're a
That's all.
pure cricket fan, this is it, man. This is the pinnacle, bro.
Yeah, and then we have Ashes to look forward to. That's
Yeah,
also going to be fun.
this is like
India
for
bat first, put 400 on the board, then push for the win. Let's see. Let's see. 400 is a lot probably to ask from India. I
yeah,
don't know why.
350 to 370 would be a good score initially, probably. But yeah,
Well,
400 would be a
English
bonus.
family, I think we took this prediction. Boys, pitch up side में. Pitch up side में. Prediction. Prediction. कल रोहित शर्मा की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद दूंगा. I want to see रोहित भाई giving me some confidence. तो रोहित शर्मा, yeah. I know, yeah, इतना बोलता है. But yeah, I think Rohit Sharma
Ideally, India
will
is chasing
dictate my
on day
moment.
5. They're chasing 350. Virat Kohli bangs 100. Rohit Sharma bangs 100. That's the dream scenario. So I'll go with that prediction.
The key word being dream there.
Yeah,
I think.
that's the dream scenario. Like, what more would you want, right? Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma partnership winning the game for you at the Oval.
I cannot digest one more left armor in swing LBW of Rohit Sharma and a big I'm fed up here. Yeah, 100%. He has an issue with the ball coming in as well, but
It could well happen
not,
again.
not as bad as Prithvi Shaw maybe, but still.
It could well happen again, bro. You never
And
know.
do they have any left arm bowlers? Mitchell Stark. What am I saying? Yep, they have.
Yeah, Mitchell Stark is the main
Yeah,
guy.
it could happen. And 33 wickets, you might have seen a lot. India to win session 1, day 5. Oh. Oh,
Don also
okay.
predicts Virat Kohli's 100 every single time. The one time he didn't predict, Virat Kohli scored the 100. But yeah, India to win session 5. I think all of us are saying this with extra optimism, and we're supporting India. We want them to win. That's why we're saying. But realistically, I think Australia are favorites, man, going into this game. Giving them 60-40. Chirag Bhai said 70-30. I don't disagree with that either. I think if you're just going on thing, but because of some of the individual players and some of the past performances in England, we have some hope there. But ideally, I think Australia, if they don't win this game, they'll be kicking themselves, because I think they're in the best position to win this match.
Guys, Ishan Kishan and KS Bharat both are lottery. सुबह सुबह अक्कड़ बक्कड़ करके किसी को भी खिला लो, किसी का भी फर्म डिसीजन ना बन रहा इन पे. ईशान किशन बैटिंग वाइज अगर आप डेप्थ जाना चाहे, ईशान किशन इज द बेस्ट पिक राइट नाउ इफ आई एम थिंकिंग ऑफ इट. केएस भरत इज नॉट अ वेरी इंडियन कंडीशन में पे अपन उसको नहीं देख उतना बैटिंग करते हुए. आई नो इंग्लैंड को ने कितने यार 2 मैचेस खेला 2018 में, वो ए इंडिया ए वेस्ट इंडीज है जो भी साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ, वहां ऋषभ पंत सेलेक्ट हुआ था फॉर इंडियन टीम. So I mean Ishan Kishan probably is the better option for me now, and he gives you a left-hander in your squad. That's the only like 2 differences I can pick out. Batting में थोड़ा और confidence है मेरे को ईशान किशन पे when you compare KS, but keeping कर लेगा वो he has good agility, कूद जाएगा कर लेगा. आदत लगने में time लगेगी, but I think he'll adjust somehow. I think
बिल्कुल.
wind will also play a big part in assisting the bowlers for moves. Of course, I mean that 100% wind will be a very big factor in the ball moving around, and again, it's a controlling the swing, right? That's also a very big aspect. Who control it? चिराग भाई facts वैसा देते ना जो चुपती है तो ही स्मार्ट दिस गाय. और भाई लोग क्या कहाँ गज्जू भाई कौन जीत रहा है इंडिया या ऑस्ट्रेलिया?
लखनऊ. लखनऊ
लखनऊ
जीतेगा.
लखनऊ हार गया बेचारे. गुजरात भी जिता रहे थे उन्होंने, फिर चेन्नई जीत गई. Good news is Pujara has been playing in England. I hope he carries his form. That's good news, but just have to make sure that news is like breaking news in the when he bats.
Shwab Pujara. That's the only thing I worry about Pujara is that he consumes so many dot deliveries. एक अच्छा ball England में the deuce ball is going to keep moving. That is going to be the key, right? Like if अगर उन्हें 130 balls खेलिया 30 पे out हो गया तो फिर problem हो जाएगा. Whereas in Australia he can afford to do that, then it becomes easier and then he can capitalize and score 100. But in England, even in New Zealand, there's no guarantee that you can that the ball will get older and it'll stop swinging. वैसा है नहीं वहाँ पे. So that is the only thing I'm worried about. I think his approach would be key. The first, let's give it, if he plays the first 30-40 balls, his approach there will be key. Even if he's striking at 50 or 40, that's fine, but is he taking a single, is he looking to attack, or if is he like in a shell? When he's in a shell, it works in other conditions, but in England I'm not too sure about it.
Yeah, I think even what we're seeing is like when he's in that defensive approach, it is adding more pressure. I think, right? If he's going attacking, if you see in Bangladesh what he did, again I'm going to go because that's the only inning I've seen him attack. He was playing with a more lighter head than what we've seen.
But again, it's subjective. Like the thing is, like, considering
Situational, yeah.
yeah, situations, conditions, and everything. But ideally, you would like him to, of course, like, if he, imagine if he's there and he's holding one end up and consuming deliveries, then you have other batsmen who can work around him. That is also like
But then, like, if you lose wickets around him, then
that is the
that's
problem, right? Like if he's not, if no one is scoring from the other end, also then up phas jate. That is the problem. So I don't
picking.
want him to strike at 80 or anything like that, but like thoda sa game chala ke khelo. Picking
Don
Siraj to
is saying no way Kishan for me. KS all day. KS all day.
I
Bore
was on
Don.
the same thinking as Don, same thinking. I agree. His mindset is the same as mine, but I'm gonna go with Ishan Kishan.
Just that differential, and maybe the one who can beat that Rishabh Pant in the team.
Like for me, it's just because of the team that you've set up, the problems that you have. I think you just might have to go and play, man. You have to take the gamble. It's a big risk, and what Don is saying also, like I also said the same thing. Bharat ko khilana zaruri hai, but the way I'm looking at this team building up, the composition of the team, the opposition, and everything, it just feels to me that Ishan Kishan might just be that wild card.
And a bit more confident, just a bit more confident. Maybe than a KS Bharat is what I feel.
I mean, I don't know. Like Ishan Kishan also gets screwed, man. Like at times, like he goes through very bad patches. But I would take the gamble. क्या मतलब भाई मजे ले रहे हो? Ishan Kishan KS only because look very nervous in all four matches he played and doesn't play IPL. Ishan, I think, has played IPL and more future situations.
And exactly, and he again has like a 200. He has 100. He's coming off some merit. I mean, I'm not taking anything of him, KS, but what he did in the border Gavaskar. But again, like when it came to batting, नहीं देखा boy मैं
And
इतना.
look, there's no guarantee with KS Bharat like he like even from keeping wise, there's no guarantee that he's going to, because he's not played in English conditions. That thing is, if you're gonna take the gamble, you might as well yeah, like go
Taken
with
on a
more
prop, yeah,
more
yeah, like a,
aggressive approach. Because if you're going to take KS Bharat, you're going to be a bit negative. Aap Ashwin or Jadeja ko khilana just so that you accommodate Bharat, that doesn't make sense. Go with Ishan Kishan and just like gamble. And the gamble is not only batting wise, keeping wise
field,
also.
yeah.
I think that's what Don is saying, to go with Bharat. But because I feel that the situation just demands an aggressive approach, the best way to beat Australia is attack Australia. Rishabh Pant showed us that at the Gabba.
I was shocked to know that Rishabh Pant has like 800 plus runs in these 2 years, and that really shows that he's meant for Test
That's why
cricket.
I kept saying you can't drop him. Remember when you were saying drop karo,
Yeah,
usko drop
I
karo?
was saying for T20 and ODI, like maybe not Test.
Nothing. Like because
Yeah.
even in Test, people were saying, when they started the Test career, everyone saying, "भाई इन्हें Test cricketer नहीं है, खाली अंधा घुमा रहा है, उसको निकालो." मगर जो back करे
उसके कितने hundreds है यार, 200s and कुछ 550s है.
हाँ, और फिर वनडेज का भी यही बोले थे. फिर उन्हें यही इंग्लैंड में ही 100 मारा था लास्ट समर. चेस कर रहे थे, लास्ट गेम ऑफ द सीरीज था, इट वाज अ डिसाइडर, उन्हें चेस का 100 मारा. इसलिए मैं T20 में भी बोल रहा था उसको बैक करो यार, लाइक बिकॉज़ ही इज दैट काइंड ऑफ प्लेयर. तो आई वुड yeah, I would have probably no. That's why, like, you want to take that gamble. You need players who can attack Australia. Uh, Bhai, before heading out, bottom pick karo, bottom.
Bottom, मेरा bottom. Oh, bottom. कोई बड़ा आदमी दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा बाप. Honestly, like it's gonna be someone who's gonna go under the radar type से लग रहा.
Player of the
I
match, Cameron Green. There you go.
ऐसा मुंह से निकल रहा था मेरा कैमरन गिरी, but yeah.
I go Cameron Green. You can go Virat Kohli.
Again,
You go-
बड़ा दिमाग में आ रहा नहीं कुछ. It's
का,
gonna be
का,
someone
तुम
like
लोग बहुत
man.
बड़ा प्रेडिक्शन देते विराट कोहली का 100 मार रहा नहीं मार रहा.
मैं को कल सब कल बोलूंगा. वो थोड़े घंटे पहले आते वो सब चीज़ थॉट्स.
मुझे तो पूरा यकीन है कि इंडिया जीतेगी.
आपको तो यकीन था कि लखनऊ भी जीतेगी.
उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है भाई. ये तो कल हम लोग करेंगे प्रीव्यू.
यस सर. आप यस सर
क्या
कल करेंगे प्रीव्यू आफ्टर द प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस. जब भी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस खत्म होंगे वो सब खत्म होंगे उसके बाद करेंगे
प्रीव्यू करेंगे कल. और हम लोग will go try to do as much content as we can. Hopefully the conditions and the
yes,
networks
favors.
and everything will allow us, and yeah, we will get you the latest from the WTC. Do join us. आपके दोस्तों फैमिली के साथ सबके साथ शेयर करो अपना चैनल. एंड आप लोग भी अपने को आइडियाज दो, any recommendations, and we will tomorrow we'll do a couple of videos. We'll have more content going in these 5 days, and we'll try to do more lives.
Because these are the 5 days. These are the 5 days
of our lives, and first we'll do as many lives as possible in these 5 days. Yes. And we'll keep the content going. So, आप खाली notification की घंटी दबा दो, and we'll just keep coming live, bro, whenever we can.
Yeah, coming live, and yeah, 100%.
होने का नहीं है 5 दिन गनी मेरी जान.
किस्मत से अगर है तो लंदन में रहेंगे, hopefully लंदन
क्या
से
बात है.
But आप लोग make sure कि आप लोग join करो हमारे साथ.
लंदन गया
ओ मेरी गर्ल सुनो, कोई गर्ल नहीं पूरा ग्राउंड
चिप्स में. yeah.
तो नोटिफिकेशन की घंटी तो दबा के रखिए ताकि गाइस नो बने.
बहुत क्रेजी होने वाला है भाई. It's going to be a big game, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm pumped up, and I think as we get closer we'll be pumped up even more.
Yeah, I mean we're getting closer. एक घंटे बोल तो like we're getting closer obviously. कल एक दिन बाकी, then Wednesday से तो it's match day. But yes, do like, subscribe, share, and yeah, please follow Chasing the Target. हम लोग real shorts भी डालने वाले हैं बहुत जल्दी. But yeah, also anything else that you wanted to add before we go?
Unless you want me to add something.
I mean, I have nothing to add, but like I just wanted to ask you. I think we'll add tomorrow after the press conference. More we'll know कि किसके confidence कहाँ है. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the thing is the build up to होने वाला है. We're going to talk about it again tomorrow. The preview will come out. But I think the biggest positive is that there is sun out there. I think that's a huge blessing. We're not really appreciating it right now because नहीं तो main problem ये होता है भाई बारिश कब रुक रही, बारिश कब शुरू हो रही. We saw that in the IPL final as well. England is known for that. I think the biggest thing is that the weather should hold up, and that will allow for a great game of cricket against two proper sides. And yes, India have a couple of players missing, but they will fight. Like, you know, they have that mentality that, like, listen, we're here to play the game. And they've been in England in the last couple of years. They understand the conditions. I think it should be a really good game of cricket, and every minute build up will also be very exciting. We'll get you the latest from the press conferences. We'll get you the latest from whatever we hear in in the circles over there. Whatever we'll predict the 11s. We'll talk about captaincy. I think tomorrow we should talk about captaincy and see like tactics.
Captaincy, tactics, every battles head to head. Whatever we can, definitely we will be getting into that conversation tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yes, still then do like, subscribe, share, Chasing the Target, and good night everyone. Thank you for joining, and do join every day for the next at least 7-8 days of the WTC.
100%. Take care.